Welcome to the Dalen Show. Hello, people. It is so good to continue to be within your presence. This is episode number 16. Four more to go, man. I hope you guys have been enjoying the last few weeks with Wesley Brooks, Coach David Grace, and David Eckert. They were some incredible conversations, and I had a lot of enjoyment and laughter involved within them. And I hope we continue that today, and I'm sure we will. So, without me talking, let's introduce our guest for this week, Mr. Rashad Madden. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, what's up? Thanks for
First of all,
having
man,
me.
I appreciate you, man. We appreciate you for joining us, man. First of all, and Mr. the Summer, man, how are you doing right now, man?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, man. Just getting back home and just trying to get back healthy and just enjoying the family.
For sure, man. Rashad, real quick for a quick update for myself and people watching and listening. Just kind of tell us what's going on right now within where you are right now, and just kind of where you just kind of come off with your career too.
Right now I'm still playing currently in over in Europe. I've been playing over there for the past 8 to 10 years. I was injured for 1 year, and right now I'm just working out in the summertime, off season, getting better. I live in Texas with my wife and my daughter, so just trying to make it every day.
Yes, sir. And real quick, man, for people watching that may not know a lot about you, if you don't mind, just give them like a brief introduction about yourself, just maybe where you're from, what you're kind of doing now in your life, and just some things you've been able to do to help you get where you are today.
Well, my name is first and foremost Rashad Madden, and I'm from Lepanto, Arkansas, the Woods, and I grew up small town community. Played basketball pretty much my whole life throughout high school. Went to the University of Arkansas for four years. Played under Mike Anderson, and from there went overseas and played. Been over there ever since. Right now, so just playing ball. I also have a charity that I do, T Miller Charity Foundation, and it's to help give back to the youth and just help them out any way that I can. So that's what I'm pretty big in right now, the T Miller Foundation.
Yes, sir. I love that, man. Talk about growing up in Lepanto, Arkansas, man. I know you said it's a small town, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were able to make a amends for yourself and a name for yourself. What was it like growing up there? And I know you come from an athletic family as well. Your sister played at Baylor. Just talking about what was it like growing up there and kind of being around an athletic family growing up.
For me growing up there, it was real fun. When you was a kid, you don't really know much anyway. Real close to everybody that you know is pretty much like family. And yeah, as far as my personal family, pretty much my whole family was in the sports. My mother and my daddy, they both went to college to play sports. My dad was a state. He played quarterback there as well. My mom went to, I forgot what college she went to, but also my big brothers, my sister, like you said, George. She played at the University of Baylor. She won that championship, WNBA as well. Um, my little sister, she went to play college ball too as well, Mid South. Marcus Monk, NFL, College University of Arkansas, Malik Monk, NBA. So the list goes on and on and on. But yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. When did you pick up basketball just kind of for the first time, and as well, when did you kind of start realizing that you could actually be just take it to the next level?
I don't really know when I say I picked it up, but it kind of grew on me. I actually played baseball first. That was my first love. I was pretty good at baseball, and I would say around sixth grade, I had to make a decision whether to go play baseball in Nashville or go play basketball in Florida. So of course, I chose to go play basketball in Florida, and from there, I just stayed with it and never looked back.
You were a four-star player coming out of high school, second-ranked player in the state, and also in the midst of you kind of committing to the University of Arkansas, there in that time was a coaching change from John Pelfrey to Mike Anderson, who you played with. What was your recruiting process like in the midst of the change process at the head coach position in Arkansas? What kind of took an effect to maybe you staying and going to Arkansas, or maybe going somewhere else?
To be perfectly honest, I ain't really never told nobody this, but I never wanted to go to Arkansas. I was kind of forced to go to Arkansas after the coaches changed. I wanted to go with Pelfrey. I wanted to follow Pelfrey. He was my guy.
Mm-hmm.
And when they switched it over, Mike Anderson came in. Like I said, he really never recruited me anyway. So when he came in, we had a conversation. And like I said, I pretty much wanted to leave, but I stuck it out. We had to stay, and it's pretty much that. But I would prefer to go with Pelfrey, but some it just didn't happen the way it's supposed to.
That's amazing. I appreciate you for sharing that. And
Yeah.
I've done this one time because I had Manny Watkins on earlier this season, and I showed him this, and I haven't done it since. But I want to say I appreciate you for staying at Arkansas.
Appreciate it, man. That's love.
We got
That's
to have
love.
memories like that, man, because of this day. And I want to ask you. I know you just kind of said you didn't really want to stay there. You wanted to follow Pelfrey, but what was it like playing under Coach A? I know Coach has done his due diligence in the coaching world, has
Yeah.
made a lot of remarks on a lot of outstanding people. But what was it like playing under Coach A and his system? And at that time, I know you guys, when he first originally got through, you struggled a little bit, but your
Yeah.
later years, you kind of picked it up and got to where Coach A wanted to be. What was it like playing under him?
It was fun. I can't knock it. I'm kind of glad that I did go there and stick it out. But like I said, it was fun. It was fun a lot. Practice was hard and brutal. He was a very demanding coach, but he's a good guy all in all, and with the staff as well. They was all love, and like I say, once I got there, they treated me like I was family, and it was all good. But I have nothing bad to say about none of those guys. They helped. They helped me out of my career a lot, and I appreciate them.
You say that, and I really was intrigued to ask this question to you. Coach A was known as called the fastest 40 minutes of basketball, and of course he worked under Nolan Richardson, the fastest 40 minutes of hell. Can you give us like a day in the life for you during college and just kind of when you got
Yeah.
up, when you had practice or workout, and kind of just some of the things that went into your days that kind of help you prepare to be the player that you are?
So a normal day probably would be waking up at probably 5:15 ish a.m. because to be prepared for 6 a.m. practice conditioning. So from there, it'd probably be waking up at 5:15, going to be at the gym at 6. We'll be ready on the court at 6,
Mhm.
and from there we do running conditioning for probably about an hour. Then after that, we will do our weight lifting for probably 45 minutes to an hour. So that would be around 7. So from 7 to 8 is probably individual work, skills and drills, individual work. And then after that, you go to class till approximately around 12 or 1. You eat lunch, come back to the gym around, we have a 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock practice, and you're pretty much there till 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whether you're going over film, individuals, lifting weights, stretching, whatever you need to do. And it's pretty much repeated each and every day. Yeah. So
Thank you. And I want to ask you, if you don't mind, could you give a piece of advice to maybe young guys listening that are maybe in the midst of high school or maybe starting their college careers? And what advice would you give to them to kind of continue or reach the next level and reach the professional level like you've been in so long? What advice would you give to young people trying to make it in the basketball world?
for me, and this is what I tell my little nephew as well. It's just hard work and consistency. And as long as you like continue to work at something consistently over and over and over, then the results will pay off. So for me, it would just be just to stay consistent and continue to work hard, and everything else to fall into place.
Rashad, have you, throughout maybe just childhood and college or even now, have you had any favorite players or kind of guys that you just watch a lot of film on and kind of just work on your game maybe around? Have there been any of those guys that have been monumental to what your game is?
Honestly, I wouldn't say that I looked at an individual player, but I looked at a lot of different players and tried to take a little bit from each and every player that I did watch, no matter whether the Kobe's or whether it was the Lamar Odom. Like that was my favorite player growing up. I was a Laker fan. Of course, I liked the Kobe, but I liked the things that Lamar Odom done as well. So that
Hmm.
was actually my favorite player on the Lakers. Like my whole growing up, I loved watching Lamar Odom. So that was who I really liked to watch.
I love that, man. I want to ask you what throughout your time in Fayetteville, man. Talk about some of, and if not some of, what was the most hostile environment that you ever had to travel to? What fan base gave you the most problems?
The hostile environment, uh, probably Tennessee. When we was at Tennessee, that was pretty brutal. Or Mississippi State, because I used to bring the bells and the ting
Yes,
ting
sir.
ting like the whole gang. That was brutal. So I didn't like that at all. So that was pretty bad as well. I didn't like that. So I would say Tennessee or Mississippi State. It was for me.
Um, It was a special time for me watching you a part of the squad that you were. That was like the time that I was growing up, and I just fell in love with you and BP and Michael Qualls, Antoine Bell, guys like that. For you, what was college like, man? I know that uh, things can change and vary, but just talk about what was it like spending 4 years in Fayetteville, and what were maybe just some of the things and process that you kind of learned that you maybe still use in your everyday life.
As far as like the life outside of basketball and everything, oh man, it's probably the best place like you can be as far as the nightlife, the partying, like everything you want, like the girls, just whatever. If you're going to college, like you want to go to the University of Arkansas, man, it's like lovely. But as far as like the basketball stuff and that, I just feel like it gives you stability and it makes you and it holds you accountability like for like my life now. Like I have no problem waking up at six in the morning doing anything. I mean,
Yeah,
luckily I still get to play basketball, but if I needed a job or something, I could go to work at 6 in the morning. It wouldn't be a problem because I've been doing it and I stayed down, I stayed consistent. So and learned taught me how to work hard as well. So that's what I took a lot from it. But the nightlife, the party, if you're a college student, back in my day when I was a kid and 18 and partying, oh man, it's the best thing ever, man. Literally, I loved it.
I love that, man. When you finish your time in Fayetteville, what was your goal? Did you have any immediate goals? Did you want to continue playing basketball? I know you still do, but was that your goal? Did you have any goal like after you finish your playing time in Fayetteville?
And the goal was always to continue playing the NBA overseas. So when I got done, I went to Las Vegas to start my pre-draft. So I was there for 2 or 3 months. And I played in the summer league and with the Grizzlies, and I got a look with the Grizzlies. So they wanted to do the G League, but I really couldn't do that because I had a daughter and at the with D League at the time, and they wasn't really paying a lot as well like they do now. So I had to
Yes, sir.
go overseas and go that route. But like I said, man, it worked out for me. I'm still playing now 10 years later and taking care of my family. So like I said, everything is good. Like I said, I'm living a dream. What I want to do after college was to play basketball, and I'm still doing it now.
Yes, sir. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have one moment from your college career that it just kind of stands out more than others, or is there maybe a collection of things that maybe have just been your favorite moments as a player playing for the Hawks?
Probably my favorite moment was probably either beating Kentucky at home or I would say beating Florida at home when they was number two. That
Yes,
was
sir.
probably the most craziest thing ever with the fans. The only thing I regret was they didn't let the fans run on the floor. That was the lamest thing ever. But I think that was my biggest moment, man, playing there with all the fans there. That was probably as far as the sports and things of that nature. That was the highlight.
Yes, sir. I love that, man. And those are good times for me, man. And I know for a fact that that Kentucky game where MQ getting that game winning dunk
Yeah,
was,
yeah, that was big. That was real big.
yeah,
Yeah, that was big. Yep,
and
yep.
it's
That's
still
probably
talked about to
say,
this day.
yeah,
And
it
he just
is.
he's gotten like I know like a little short film worked on, and they kind of talked about it as well. And I'm sure being a part of that was awesome. And I want to ask you kind of just talk about Kentucky. And you may or may not have any thoughts about this, but I want to ask John Calipari in Fayetteville now, man. How do you feel about that? Are you excited about him being there?
Really, I am because he's gonna bring the talent level and all that. But like when it first happened, like it's Kentucky, like we always competed against him, so I really didn't care too much about his Cal. But as far as like a fan and looking forward for the future is real big. Getting a great name like Cal to come in and he's a legend. So why would nobody want Cal to come in and his cliche and everything that he brings? I mean, it's gonna be great for the Heat. So I actually love it.
Yes, sir. Well, you spent time overseas, and you're still playing overseas in Poland and Greece. I know you spent time in Israel as well. And I think you're in Czech Republic now.
Mhm.
Just talk about that, man. I know we hear so many stories about players going overseas, good and bad. Just talk about what your journey's been like. How did it start? And throughout this process, how have you just continued to enjoy? Because I know you have family back here in the States. How have you just kind of continued to enjoy being away, but still doing the thing that you love playing basketball?
Oh man, it's definitely a grind. Some people tell you that it's easy. I call them a lie. But it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard. It's a grind. Like I said, my first couple years it was brutal. Like I said, my first year overseas, I didn't make a dollar. Like I signed for a contract, but they didn't pay me nothing.
Wow.
So I was ready to quit, come home, but a good friend of mine, somebody I look up to a lot, just told me to stick it out. This I've been this far. I've been broke pretty much my whole life. So what's another year? And I stuck it out, and then the things changed for the following year, and then so and on, and so it got better, and that never happened again. It's been love, fun. Like I said, to take care of my family, play sports, and travel around the world. So it's pretty good.
Yes, sir. Um,
Mhm.
how has the game for you in terms of being overseas? How is it kind of compared to the way we play basketball in America in your eyes? Like, what are maybe some of the similarities and differences? What's basketball like there compared to what it is here?
To me, over there, it's more like structured. So they teach you a lot of the fundamentals. Like you're not gonna miss a jab step. You're not gonna know how to throw a chest pass, like the small things or like the way it's the little things, the way you shoot, the form dribbling. So that's what I see a lot over there when I see kids training this and that, or versus when I come home and I see my little nephew them training, they working out. It's never the basics. It's always the step back threes, the spin
Yes, sir.
moves, but
Yeah.
it's all of that.
Yeah.
So they kind of lose the fundamentals of the basketball instead of, what I'm saying. So everybody want to be the Steph Currys and shoot all that and do all that, but so I think that they're missing the fundamentals.
I'm a music lover, man, and I love to ask people just who are some of their favorite artists and some of their favorite songs. And I want to ask you that which is some of your guys in your playlist. And I want to ask you as well for game days. Is it different when you listen on game days, kind of compared to what you listen on a regular day to day lifestyle?
It really is. It kind of just my mood. Like sometimes I'm feeling too anxious and stuff. I kind of dumb it down. I listen to R&B and the ride waves and stuff of that nature. But if I want to go up, I'm feeling down. Pre-game, I may listen to YBT Fat or somebody like that to turn me up. So
Yeah.
it just depends on like if I'm feeling down. I don't never want to be too high or too low. So the music kind of brings me to where I need to be. So that's how I kind of play it.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Outside of basketball, man, what kind of keeps you occupied? And what do you kind of have? Do you have any hobbies outside of basketball that just kind of keeps you who you are as a person, keeps you calm?
Right now, since I'm back at home, it's more so I got my the baby daughter with me. She's like 3 months, so she keep me going, and I kind of play the game a little bit, and but right now my focus has been on my T Miller Foundation and getting that going and getting that up and going, and making sure all this ran right and getting the details for that. But as far as when I'm overseas, it's probably nothing. Just play the game and that's it. Go maybe watch a movie or something. But like I said, that's pretty much it. Play the game. That's it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Talk about your foundation, man. I know that you kind of mentioned earlier, and I can just
Yeah.
really tell how important it is to you.
Okay.
What was the process of starting? Like, why did you want to start your foundation? And just kind of what were some of maybe the goals that you had when you initially started your foundation?
I just started probably maybe a year ago. Like my brother, he passed away of sickle cell probably 12 years ago. It's always been on my mind to do it.
Yes,
And
sir.
to pretty much to raise awareness and to give back to the youth and try to spread awareness to the for sickle cell as well. So like I said, for that it's just me big to just to give back. Like I said, I just had a charity basketball game with a few of my friends was there. We gave away a check to help for that. We give away backpacks, free haircuts. Like we do it all, man. We give clothes, shoes. We also give money as well to people who actually need it. So we giving back, and man, we're just doing it. And it's like I said, I ain't asking nobody for nothing. I just do it. I ain't made nothing. I just give it away from what I earned. And like I said, it's just what I enjoy doing. All off my brother name.
I love that, man. And I
Mhm.
say thank you for that because you don't have to do that. And I'm
I
sure you're aware
appreciate
that
it.
you do it out of your kindness of your heart. And
Yeah,
there's not everyone isn't like that. And so continue doing it, man. Young people need
appreciate
it.
it.
So,
Appreciate
uh,
it.
of course, man, I want to ask you throughout your playing career, and you may have not have an answer for this, but there have been time. Has there ever been a time where you kind of question if you wanted to continue playing or not? And if so, what kind of kept you motivated to continue playing basketball?
Probably the biggest challenge was after I went overseas for like a year, and like I
Mhm.
really didn't get paid at all. And it was like the point of my life where I was like, fuck everything, and I didn't just want to do it no more.
Yeah.
And so that was really the time where it was like. because it was more so. I still love the game, but at the same time, I'm in a different country, don't know nothing,
Yeah.
just stuck with nothing. So that was the tough. And for me to getting through was, my family. I had a daughter, and I ain't know what else I was gonna do. I couldn't.
Yes, sir.
I probably could have done something, but this all I had knew at the time. So that was the thing that got me through. But I definitely want to quit. Approximately, yeah. Soon I left college, I was ready to quit.
You've talked about you being a family man. Just what does it mean for you to be a father? I know that's a opportunity that is once in a lifetime. What's it like being a father? And kind of just making sure you're doing the right things for who she is and make sure she's taken
Yeah.
care of.
Yeah, for me it's just right now just to be there. Like 'cause I know she's small right now, so for me it's just pretty much to be there, spend time, and whatever it may be. But that's what I do. Like I spend a majority of my time just with her. Like I wake up, get her, or when I leave, like I say, I go work out, come back home. But just pretty much just being there, like whatever she needs me to do.
I love that, man. Um, you've played with the Arkansas TBT team for a couple of years now, on and off. Talk about what that experience has been like. And I know you've worked closely with a lot of former teammates as well. Just talk about what it's like hooping for them and just kind of putting on for the state and representing the state.
For me, my time there, I think I played with them probably a year, two of them. But my time there was kind of bad. That's why I never kind of returned. But I think they got better people and better. I think now is better people in position to equip with the things. But when I was there, it was kind of bad. But from what I've been hearing now, it's all good. Like everybody's showing up to practice and like they flying them out or not flying them out, but getting them to a place where they can do training camp
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So, but when I was there, we had none of that. Like we had players that wouldn't show up, and we only competed with six players, and it was kind of bad. But now I believe it's pretty good, and I do watch them every time that they do play, and I cheer them on.
Yes, sir.
Mm,
Do you have any end goals after your career is over? What and if so, maybe what are some of the things that you want to do? Because I definitely would love to hear just maybe what kind of is in the back of your mind after you finish playing ball.
For me, yeah, I would love to come back and coach. Like right now, I've been dibbling dabbling. We have a lot. We was big with the Woods Elite AAU team and this and that. So I was dibbling and dabbling a bit of the coaching and that. But that's what I feel like I want to do when I'm done playing. Come back and coach, and baby, just whatever I learned throughout the years, just give it back to like the youth and just spread wisdom and also just keep building my team Miller foundation and wherever it goes, wherever it go. But I definitely would love to be a coach.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you mentioned that because you won a national championship with Arkansas Wings. What was playing AAU like, man? I know during your time AAU was still, I wouldn't say just kind of getting noticed, but it was still kind of I would think a growing thing at that time. Just what was it like playing for the Wings, and what was that journey like for you playing AAU ball?
Oh man, for me it was fun. Like I still meet with the people that I met then. I'm probably still cool with today. Like
Yeah,
Anton Beard, Aaron Ross, Hunter Mickelson, Darren Griswold, all those guys. Archie Goodwin. Like we still communicate and talk to this day. So they build like it's bigger than basketball. When you think about that. And like you said, I was the first player. Well, my group was the first EYBL like group to play in the EYBL period. So
yes, sir.
you're right. It was just getting up and going as big as it was, and it was fun then. Like I said, it was great when I was there. So I can only imagine how it is now. And but like I said, it was some of the best times that I had in my life was playing AU ball and the good people and great friends.
That's great, man. I love to hear that because, like I
Mm,
said, you guys were kind of, especially in the state of Arkansas, man. You guys were
yeah,
kind of just like the initiation of what it can be in the state, and of course,
yeah.
what Woods Elite is now one of the top AAU teams in the country. So you guys kind of, whether you realize it or not, kind of set the flow for where things were going in the state. So I
Yeah, I
love to
was
see
seeing it, man. Then it's like a lot of talent. Like now, man, it's so much. Like I said, you look back now, like the players in the NBA now, man. It's like when I was growing up, it was one or two.
it.
Now it's 7 to 10,
Yes,
and it's
sir.
more going up every year. It's two or three getting drafted every year from Arkansas. So that's real big.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Uh, Rashad, if you could have dinner with five people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Probably would be my brother Troy for sure. He died because that was my everything, my hero. I looked up to him. He was everything. Kobe, he's probably my favorite player. Like I just want to pick his brain because I looked up to him, watched a lot of his film, and probably Beyonce, because it's Beyonce. You know, she's everything as well. And Phil Jackson,
Okay.
and one more.
That fifth one's always the hardest one.
Yeah, fifth one. I really can't even say. I think I'd be good with that. Yeah, I think I'd be good with that.
That's a
Yeah,
lot. That's a lot of high power in there, man. And I'm sure you
yeah.
and your brother would be able to have a lot of
We'll kick it.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll kick it.
Uh, I want to ask you one thing, man. I love kind of asking this to wrap things up, and it's kind of two questions in one. And first one is, what piece of advice would you give to people listening? It doesn't have to be about basketball or anything, but it can just be a piece of advice to maybe people watching that you want to get to maybe help better their lives, maybe help them get through some situation. What advice would you give to people listening? And as well, I'm big on legacy. Just kind of doing things in the manner that I want to be remembered for, and making sure people know that I care. So when people hear Rashad Madden, man, what do you always kind of want them to remember who you were as a person?
For me as a person, I want people to remember me as as a giver. Um, just a giver. No matter what, I give whatever to anybody to help. So that's what I want to be remembered as a giver because I give anything to help anybody, and no matter what it is, big or small, I just want to be able to. That's what I want to be able to leave with my legacy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. I love that, man. What advice would you give to someone watching to just kind of maybe help change their lives?
Probably everybody is meant to be used, but just don't be misused. So that's what I would kind of give. Everybody's gonna use you in some way, but as long as they use you in the right ways, not the wrong ways, then that's good too.
I love that, man. That was deep.
Yeah,
And it hit me on the chin a little bit. So I hope it's someone
yeah.
watching, it hit them on the chin. So I appreciate you for sharing that, man. Real quick, if you don't mind, could you share your social medias for people that maybe they want to follow you? Just reach out to you, man.
My social media on Instagram, so I think that's all I have. It's RK Madden 00, and that's it. Instagram.
We appreciate you, man. Like I said, it was a joy watching you growing up, and it was a joy, real quick, to have a chat with you, man. I know you have, I'm sure, a lot going on, but we wish you the best, man, in everything that you do because whether you believe it or not, you're changing lives with everything you're doing. And so just continue doing that, man. It means the world to people. So
That's
bless up,
cool,
man.
man. So appreciate for you guys having me, man. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Take care, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was really fun for me. I know it was kind of off the dome, but it was really enjoyable. And like I said, Rashad was a part of that group for me growing up that just kind of introduced me and found my love for basketball. So it was really just like a childhood little dream to have this little conversation. But I appreciate you guys. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like and comment, and get some show merchandise as well. Take care, y'all. God bless.
See.